Don't worry, this roleplay outfit is just for show. It isn't really me or something. It's just myself. Uh, yeah. Hello, this is HQ. This is Faraway Star. A good long time ago. This is just gonna be like old-fashioned and stuff because my skill at editing sucks. This this is gonna be like I don't know, sort of an intro, but sort of not really. This is Faraway Star. She's Navy. I don't exactly remember how I got her name, but I think it was based on her red tufts and her blue emblem. It might have been a stone or something that had a blue star on it, so make of that what you will. Anyway, this is an AV that I got from a PlayStation Network person. A game called, I think it was LittleBigPlanet 2 or LittleBigPlanet 3. I don't know. And she existed around the time of September 30th, 2016. But she was introduced to fiction in 2019. She needed some time to grow up and stuff. I don't have a very good sense of time, so she literally started out at age 0 for her canon self. Sort of. I say sort of because I don't know if she had a past before that. She seems to have had a past before that because there was this place with a wall of cookies. The PlayStation Network user was very creative. You know, they had a cage for a ground and a wall of cookies on the side and everything. And the level that I got her from had like I think a Pikachu in it, sort of, but as like decoration. So I picked up the prize bubble. What does a prize bubble look like here anyway? Uh, yeah. So I picked up this, and it had her in it. That's how I got statue number 13, Faraway Star. I eventually named her and tried to make a canon sort of out of it. I had like a sort of secret canon going on just in case I would start role playing with other people. I'm very dumb like that, but in a good way, you know? And over time, I designed her some other forms. You know? They're not exactly in order. Why is it taking so long to load? There we go. They're not exactly in order. This is just base form with a Pokemon bag. I gave her that at one point. Also put the heart over her head. Someone else had it at the tie, but I made it pixelated. So really, it's been like a big ongoing collab with a bunch of other people. I don't think I was supposed to put her out there on social media or something. I'm sorry and stuff. This is her rainbow form. It's kind of strong, I guess. It was made after I figured out that she was basically weak. I only figured that out by feeling around with how other people would interact with me, how other people would tell me that if they don't get exactly the events that they want in their roleplay, that I'm done roleplaying. Yeah. So yeah, this is rainbow form. It's supposed to be double rainbow form now because I kind of edited it, but the edit kind of looks like a pride flag, so I don't want to show it. This is nightmare form based off of Moro's what was nightmare form for Sans. So, and this is highlight form. It it is internally based on Star Avi's design, but the wings are clearly different. So the power scaling might be similar, but the wings are clearly different. Eventually, eventually something happened while having these forms. I noticed I was going back and adding things to the lore that weren't really there before. So the way I explain that away is, well, insecting, this guy right here can basically remove canon. Yeah. The timeline just sort of splinters or something, and he just stitches it back together modally. And for our waste star, well, she has canonical energy. I suppose it's more accurate to say that, well, insecting is a canonicity vampire. Nowadays, nobody really cares about stuff like this because they only care about how big the numbers are or if they can say that their favorite thing is the most powerful well being out there. I call it Packer syndrome. Where your favorite thing is whoever wins. The funny thing is, one of my teachers in school, a long time ago, before I even had EV or even as an adult, basically told me about Packer syndrome by saying that my favorite team was actually, well, some other team. I can't tell you because then you'd want them to lose. And that was their logic. So they created that negative. Now I kind of see where they were coming from. Loyalty is very hard to do. And if you get caught being unloyal, it can really mess up your life, you know? Anyway, this is Burning Halo form, but with the anything certificate. The anything certificate had to be nerfed in a sense, but basically a long time ago on Little Big Planet, I used to roleplay with some people here and there. It wasn't the prettiest sight, okay? I would screw up a lot. But basically, Faraway Star is technically a weakling, as far as I know. She did have some nice adventures. There's whenever I wasn't role playing with those other people, and I don't know if what they did really counts as canon or not because I'm kind of mixed up right now. But yeah, Faraway Star would go on vacations at some points. Like for example, she found this ice cream place and it sold ice cream. And she would eat a lot of it. Got kicked out because of it. She's not real, you know. I've, I'm failing to mention that, but yeah, she's not real, and neither is Golden Sacting. The truth is more important than lies anyway, so what do you care? A good friend, Taco Jaws, made me these four costumes here, sort of. I don't know if they did it to promote themselves or if they did it out of the kindness of their heart. But there is a slight clue that it eventually turned into the goodness of their heart, either way. So it turned out good. You know, it's 100% accurate. So it must have been from the goodness of their heart. Otherwise, how would these be so great, you know? I'm not sure when the chaos started happening, but basically, I think it was between the time I meet up Roth, the cameraman, and Fantasy the Kitty meet up Roth, the wand magician. They're both supposedly the same character, but I don't really know if they really are or not, or if I'm just taking from Fantasy the Kitty, because I don't know which one's the real original now. I guess they both kind of are, but this one was the original first. A bit of a temporal thing, you know. And no, I don't mean like removing canon, I mean like real life, you know. But except Broth isn't real either, so you know, there's that. I wanted to put a restriction on myself, not adding Kirby himself to my lore, but that is really hard to do. So I'm not even gonna bother with that now. The reason why I wanted to avoid adding him is for the same reason I don't add people like Devante or you know, such and such. They're overpowered, and you basically, figuratively, or in some cases literally, have to wear their pride symbol like it's your business. You know, it's just like that, and I can understand the whole point of doing work. You know, although I don't necessarily do everything by myself in real life, I still put up pixels. Um, think about where the props should go, try to revise my plans, that sort of thing. Little things, you know? Things I can actually handle, that I know I can handle. Maybe I should jump out of my comfort zone once in a while. You never know. Other characters got added eventually, but I do kind of have like this new sensation ampersand. But the thing is, I don't really count him as, well, something to use. He's basically so powerful that I don't bother using him. So it's like a paradox. Jirachi? Okay. Broth, pushing it. But ampersand, way over the line. So I basically, for the most part, don't use ampersand. Basically because it seems like the closer you get to high out reversal, the more an audience expects it to be the villain. You know? One True Line 7 Life was okay. That was predictable. That was a predictable event that he'd just get like a supercharged aura. I guess he's now a she because of a DeviantArt thing with Maurice Humphrey or something. I don't know. But one true line segment length, totally acceptable. This, I don't know. I don't know. It's not because of his color. Okay? It, maybe I'm being ageist. I don't know. I mean, he is an ancient thing. He was around when the ants were around. So there's that. Whatever an ant is. Broadway Star would pick up a lot of moves from a lot of different environments and add them together. The way I explained that away whenever there was a discrepancy or there a correlation with roleplay was simply because the idea fell out of the sky from a reboot box. The reboot box is a special kind of box, like a teleporter. It seems to be even stronger than the Thoughtless Emeralds, which are different from the Chaos Emeralds by wavelength position. Basically, yeah, like that. I suppose it's time I told the story of how I got Faraway Star and stuff. So here goes. Somebody had a contest on Little Big Planet for a character being presented. I didn't exactly win because the EV coloring that I picked wasn't professional enough for them, I guess, and it wasn't cool enough. But I did go out and reach the PlayStation Network user on the year 2016, and they said, okay. I asked what I could use her for after I got it, and they said anything. I was kind of rough with them, but I guess if I try to paint myself as the hero now, it's just gonna look bad. So let's just say I was kind of neutral. I don't know. I didn't want people thinking I was talented or they might catch on to me. And someone did anyway, so that was fruitless. One person in particular, you don't know them, basically even went to the trouble of having their artist tell me that I'm not allowed to talk about them. Well, here I am talking about them. It's part of my past. I'm going to talk about it. It's sentimental value. You can't stop me. Anyway, after that, I met someone else, and they were more reasonable. You know, sure, they tricked me all the same, but they were a good person, you know, and they still are, I think. I don't know when I got the glare in my eye or when something snapped and I started becoming like the person before that person, but yeah, sorry. Anyway, times changed and so did pronunciations. Now I ran into, I don't know if they were a good person or a bad person. Someone on DeviantArt or whatever. I bit off more than I could chew, basically. And eventually I ran into um, someone else on YouTube. Some person or other, cat or something, kitty. I don't know. Maybe secretly Cat and Kitty are one and the same person, and I lost my mind or my marbles. I don't know. I get confused. Anyway, yeah. I'm saying anyway a lot. What's wrong with me? Uh, I have no plans to Poke Evolve Eevee or Faraway Star. I kind of saw what could happen if I did that on AI. I don't use AI. So that's off limits. And besides, what would I even evolve her into? She's got so many different forms as an Eevee that I'd have to literally redraw like the whole thing. Too much work. I'm lazy. Or maybe I just don't have a reason. I don't know. Far kind of runs the smoothie shop now, but that's like YouTube canon, I guess. And I don't want I don't want power scalers going like absolutely mad trying to power scale her or whatever. So bring one and non-bring one alike. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know if it's really worth it to really power scale her at all. I'm gonna be humble about this. When one of the channels that you interacted with, or that rather interacted with you, literally says that their fiction is fact and that their fact makes them next to you know, Yahweh, kind of puts into perspective the whole gibberish on having to power scale anything. There's really no point, really. But if you really want a power scaler, fine. I suppose maybe her blue swift armor works on her normal form or form to some extent, and maybe if you really push it, her highlight form. But this, it just washes off of this. And rainbow form, well, I don't really know. It's a bit chaotic. It's really something you gotta see when she does that. You know, puts the figures out of wank or something. As for the cannons, wind power scaling, I guess YouTube, Little Big Planet, if you get permission, maybe Toy House, maybe. Or you can just composite them in whatever way you want, I guess. That's if someone wants to power scale, not a beg for power scaling, okay? I want to make that very clear. Also, um, I guess comments kind of glitch out if you try to place someone right after another too fast. So if I left a comment and and I had to delete it, and I thought it was a special kind of glitch meant to make me delete it, meant to blame it on me. Yeah, I'm sorry, okay? It just happens sometimes. I don't know. It's really weird. The YouTube website needs to be fixed or something. Uh, this video might age like milk though, because no one actually cares about fiction anymore. They only care about if they can attract the attention of the best possible person. And since somebody did that by literally rooting their fiction in religion, well, is there really any higher to go? I mean, really? All you people are basically like, we like big power level, low complex multiversal is fodder. Baby, you want now? And I don't feel like playing that game, you know? Omnipotence is just not fun. I know that's a paradox since you can just be all like, well, just make fun that works for omnipotence. And you know what? It on the exact same angle, you could just argue, well, just make it look like there isn't any fun for omnipotence for the people that aren't omnipotent. You know? And it's not fun. It's not. So there's where the not fun thing comes from. I still like fun, I just don't know where to find it. Also, I don't know why, but I guess shout out to Jake the Bikini, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, um, how do I put this? Okay, here's the thing. Faraway Star is, as of around right now, 8.5. Okay? Not 18.5, 8.5. Alright? Alright. If you want her aged up, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. Just don't go asking me to age her up. Okay? I can't really make things happen faster than I can. I don't have that author mentality where everything skips a beat and I can just tell something's going to be a certain way. Yeah. This guy's super old though. I'm not sure if they technically have a gender. Just call them he. It doesn't matter. President's probably gonna have my head if I try to argue otherwise anyway, so just call it he, I guess. It doesn't make any sense since it could probably also make things by shuffling things around, not just break them. And yet Paradox is considered a she, even though you technically might see her breaking things, more or less, if a certain video that hinted at that wasn't evidence of that. But yeah,